So my wife Diane and I had the pleasure of seeing you perform last spring at the Venice, Florida train depot as part of the Sonny Jim Songwriter series. And you performed there with Manalo and Sonny Jim himself. And that night, among other songs that we're talking about here today, you sang your song titled Hands. And as you were singing it, I looked over at Diane and there were literally tears running down her face. And you took a little break after that song and we walked up to you and I said, I don't know if you remember this, I said, "Hey man, you just made my wife cry." But it was really in a beautiful way. So tell everybody about that song and why it made my wife Diane cry.
Oh, wow. Well, first of all, the train depot, that was a very special gig. That was the first time I got to play there. And Sonny Jim's amazing songwriter, musician, and human. And Manalo and I had met the year or two before that. So he's just a really talented and just a great guy, too. So to be able to do that with the two of them, and it's like that historic, Venice train depot, that was a big time highlight for me. So if you're listening, Sonny Jim, I hope you'll have me back this spring. And so the song Hands came out of my long-term relationship, the one. And I remember I had my arm around her, and the palm of my right hand just fit. It seemed to fit perfectly in the small of her back. And I was just like, wow, it's like my hands are made for touching you. And that's the line from the song. And so that's where it started. It's like all these things that my hands do on a daily basis, and a lot of them they have to, but when it's all said and done, my hands were made for touching you, not for doing all this other stuff.
Right. And it's one of those situations where, as a songwriter, you take an experience like that and a very simple concept of looking at your hands and thinking about all the things they do, and then turning that into a love song, basically, right?
Yeah, and that one's another fun one to play and watch the audience, because then I see like all these couples start holding hands and stuff, and I had no idea that would happen, and it's but yeah, that's fun to watch.
Yeah, they've opened doors so I could walk through. They reach for things I thought they had to. Scratched and clawed for all that is dear. They wipe my eyes if they start to tear. But of all the things I ever asked them to do, I know without a doubt my hands were made for touching you. I know without a doubt my hands were made for touching you. I know without a doubt my hands were made for touching you.